Hello and you're very welcome to this video. This is our second video in our series on banking for a junior cycle business based on Learning Outcome 1.8. So what we're going to do in this lesson, we're going to learn the difference between the different types of accounts that you can get in a bank, so the difference between a current account and a deposit account, and we're going to look at the documents you're going to need to open up a bank account. So first type of account, we're going to look at a current account. Now let's break it down. What does the word current mean? Can you think of where we might have had current before in the course, maybe? Maybe like current income or current expenditure, for example. So what does current mean? Current does, of course, mean day-to-day. So remember, current income was day-to-day income and current expenditure was day-to-day expenditure. So current account is for your day-to-day banking. What type of stuff will we do in our day-to-day banking? Well, that's easy stuff for to store our money, or it's a place where we receive our wages, or make payments, or do our general day-to-day operations that requires banking services. With a current account, you get a debit card. Now, what is a debit card? Debit card is a plastic card that allows you to go to an ATM and withdraw money from your account, or when you're in a shop, you can use a debit card to pay for goods and services. You can use it either by entering your chip and PIN, or you can use a contactless feature as well. You can also get an overdraft on a current account. An overdraft is basically like a short-term loan. It means if you've spent too much money and you've no money left in your account, you're able to have a minus figure in your bank account. A lot of businesses would have an overdraft for their, so when they're buying and selling stuff. The thing is though, an overdraft does cost you money. You do have to pay interest on it. It's just like a normal loan. But we learn more about overdrafts when we learn about it in the chapter on saving and borrowing later on in the course. So current account, to sum up, it's used for your day-to-day banking, for all your day-to-day needs, such as buying goods and services, or a place for your wages to go to, or for taking money out or putting money into your account. The other type of bank account we have is the deposit account. A deposit account is not used for your day-to-day banking, and if anything, it's the opposite of a current account. A deposit account is where you save money. So when you put money into your deposit account, you're not planning to take it out for a while because you're using it to save up for something. In a deposit account, you generally earn interest. So instead of having to pay bank fees the way you would in a current account, customers earn interest on a deposit account. Usually it's about 1% or maybe a little less. You do not receive a debit card in a deposit account, nor are you able to get an overdraft in a deposit account. Why? Well, you shouldn't have a minus figure in your savings, to be perfectly honest with you, because the deposit account is for your savings. Likewise, you don't get a debit card. Why? Because it's an account for you to save money. You don't want to be able to take money out of it very easily like that. That's what you have a current account for. So, now that we looked at the two different types of accounts that we have, I want you to now think about what documents would you need if you're going to open up a bank account. Pause the video there now, have a think about it, and jot down a few ideas. When you're ready, press play to continue on with the video. So, these are some of the documents you're going to need to open a bank account. One is proof of identity. Can you think about what document could you give that's going to give the bank proof that you are who you say you are? So some examples of it will be some sort of photographic proof of identification. So an ID that has your name on it and your photograph. So some of these documents include a passport or a driving license or a student card, or there's other ones as well, but they're just some easy examples for you. Another document you're going to need is proof of address. In other words, proof to show you live where you say you live. Can you think of any examples of how you could use, what you could use for proof of address? Well, a letter with your recent utility bill on it. So I mean by utility bills like your phone bill or electricity bill or your gas bill. These would often have your name and your address on them as well. Or another thing is a letter from your bank will also have your name and address on it. Or a letter from the government or government agency would have these details as well. Other things you'd also need to open a bank account is your PPS number. You'd also need to have fill in the application form as well for the bank to be able to open a bank account. Anyone know what the letters PPS stand for in a PPS number? Pause the video there, have a think about that, and when you're ready, press play to continue. A PPS number stands for Personal Public Service Number. So PPS number is a Personal Public Service Number. So, that brings us to the end of today's video, folks. In this video, I've learned what the difference between current accounts and deposit accounts are. and you've looked at the documents needed to open a bank account. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, and please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thanks very much for watching now. Bye now.